I grew up in a small town with a high school sweetheart that I wanted to get married to. I thought our life was going to be like a good country music. We were each other's first, together for 5 years. I was about to get married to her, at least that was the plan. We were supposed to attend the same college, then get married. Until a night out when I caught her banging a nightclub promoter in the public bathroom. I was devastated and scared through my adult years because of this event and others in my future. I will share the most traumatic, abusive story that have left me broken and suspicious of women from a young age and through my adulthood. My ex-girlfriend once said that people who cheat on their partner should be sentenced to hanging. She was 19 years old when we were watching a movie together that day and a woman was cheating on her husband. That was when she made that comment. She said that with a disgusting look on her face. I looked at her and think to myself, that is the woman of my dream. 1 year later, I will catch her in a public bathroom. Never in my wildest dream did I ever think she would cheat on me. Growing up, my parents knew her parents, they trusted us, and she could spend a night at my place and our parents wouldn't be worried. Our family thought we were going to end up together. When we turned 20, a switch flipped in her. All of a sudden, she wanted to be a party girl. She wanted to go to clubs and party, but since we were not yet 21, we couldn't get into the types of clubs she wanted. I was an introvert and was content to wait till I turned 21, but she was pressuring me to get a fake ID with her. I thought it was too dangerous and I told her that I wasn't interested. Few weeks later she shows up with a very convincing fake ID. When I asked her where she got it from, she told me about a guy that made fake IDs for some of her friends. I reluctantly agreed to get a fake ID made so we could club together. I was a homebody, so clubbing and loud music wasn't my thing. Surprisingly, since my girlfriend turned 20, she had this itch about getting it out of her system. She even called me boring when I hesitated to join her to go to places full of drugs and alcohol. According to her, it was what young adults supposed to do, and we are not supposed to be left out because all her friends are doing it. I wanted her to be happy, so I reluctantly joined her. I also told a close friend of mine to join us, and we both went and got the fake ID. Fast forward the following Friday, we planned on going out together, but I fell sick and couldn't go. I thought my girlfriend would cancel as well, but she decided to go with her female friend without me. I remember thinking that she wasn't the same person, and something had changed. Even her friend group have changed as well. The following week I was feeling better, and we went out together with my best friend. When we got to the club, I was nervous that the ID wouldn't work. Fortunately, the bouncer looked at it and gave it back to me and waved all three of us in. Years later, I would find out that the club was kind of shady and had to be shut down for letting in minors and giving them alcohol. When we were let in, a key moment that I saw as a red flag was when my girlfriend was waving at a taller guy that was exceptionally dressed standing on the entrance of the club, close to the bouncers. He winks at my girlfriend, and she waved at him enthusiastically. I asked her who he was, and she responded that he is just a promoter. I tried to ask her how she knew him because I was getting jealous, but the loud music drowned my voice. She never answered the question because she couldn't hear what I was saying. We got some drink and started drinking since that's what people were doing. The more alcohol we drank, the more fun the music gets. Me and my buddy were jumping around to the beat and having fun. I looked around and my girlfriend wasn't there. I asked my friend if he had seen her, and he told me that she went to the bathroom. About 10 minutes later, my girlfriend wasn't back, and we both decided to go upstairs because we heard that there is another bar upstairs with a good view of the city. I wanted to check it out and then quickly come back downstairs because my girlfriend would be looking for us when she comes back from the bathroom. Me and my friend went upstairs. It was more of a lounge with couches. It was quieter because it was an open roof. On our way to the bar, I looked at the corner and saw a silhouette of a woman that looks like my girlfriend, and she was talking to the same guy that I saw at the entrance. I came closer to make sure that it was her, and sure enough, I saw her smiling and chatting with him. I broke up the conversation and asked my girlfriend to come with us at once. The guy looked at me and smiled, and my girlfriend looked angry like I interrupted something important. I asked her who he was and how did she know him. She responded that she was trying to get us in the VIP, and he is a cool club promoter, and he is friends with everyone, and he has a lot of girlfriends, so I shouldn't be worried. I told her that I am not interested in the VIP and that I couldn't believe that she left us without telling us where she went, and she should stay with me and I don't want to see her talking to him again. She called me jealous and controlling and we started to argue. I left her with my friend in the corner and I went to get us some drinks. When I came back, she was on her phone texting someone. Right about then my friend told me that he was going to find the bathroom downstairs and left. Now it was me and my girlfriend as she continues to text and wouldn't speak to me because she was mad that I interrupted her conversation with the club promoter. Few minutes later, she stood up and was about to leave and I asked her where she was going, and she told me that she was going to the bathroom and sarcastically invited me to follow her since I don't trust her. I ignored her as she left angry. I was now alone on the chair waiting for my buddy and my girlfriend. Few minutes later, my buddy came back with the biggest grin on his face. I asked him why he was smiling, and he told me that when he was washing his hands in the bathroom there were a couple going at it in one of the bathroom stalls. We knew some crazy SHT goes down at the club and we both found that funny and laughed about it, but I immediately had this feeling that I should run downstairs and check it out for myself. Being new to the club scene, I have heard this happen multiple times. I see it on the internet and wanted to witness it for myself. I asked my friend for the direction to the bathroom, then I ran downstairs before the show was over. When I got to the bathroom, I had to stand in line for a minute. It was messy and there were some drunk people talking loudly and laughing. There were about 6 bathroom stalls, and I couldn't hear anybody having sex like my friend told me. I thought maybe my friend was lying, so I decided to take a leak in the urinal that is parallel to the bathroom stall. As I was taking a leak, one of the bathroom stall opened and I instantly looked over my shoulder to see who it was, and to my horror, it was my girlfriend coming out of the bathroom stall. She was fixing her dress with the promoter behind her fixing his belt. I was so shocked that I didn't realize that I was already leaking all over my pants. I screamed her name and asked her why she was having sex with him. She was shocked that I caught her and didn't have anything to say. She later responded that I was embarrassing her. She was in the men's bathroom and just got done doing you know what and was saying that I was embarrassing her. I called her all kind of names and embarrassed her more. Everybody laughed and made fun of her as we argued. The club promoter disappeared without me knowing. I told her to go home with the club promoter that she was banging and that we are through. I went upstairs and told my friend that we were leaving. He followed behind me asking me about my girlfriend, but I didn't tell him anything till we got to the car. He was stunned when I told him that the girl he heard having sex in the male bathroom was my girlfriend. I couldn't believe that she would do this to me. I was having flashbacks of her coming out of the bathroom and it continues to stay with me even as I write this. I was cursing her all the way home after dropping off my friend. She even had the nerves to call me asking me why I left her at the club. I told her that her new boyfriend should drive her home. I went home and couldn't sleep all night. She kept calling me, but I ignored her calls. I should have blocked her, but it wasn't easy to let go like that, and yet I didn't want to speak to her because I was so angry at her. The following morning, she came to my house begging me to take her back and blaming everything on alcohol and the intoxication. I asked her how many times they have had sex, and she said it was only that one time. I would later find out from her friends that she had gone to that club multiple times before we went, which means that she must have done that countless times. I was devastated. Because of our breakup, I couldn't eat well for days. My parents were worried, and I told them what my ex-girlfriend did, and they told her parent. Her parent confiscated her fake ID, and she had a big fight with them which culminated to them kicking her out of the house. Word also got out that she was a 304. People exaggerated what she did because they were saying that multiple men were taking turn on her. I didn't know how or where the exaggeration started. She had to move out of town because that was what she was known for, and she was fighting with her parents ever since they heard that she had sex at a club's bathroom stall, the girl that was ganged up in the male bathroom. After the breakup, it was embarrassing for me as well. I decided to move out of town away from friends, family, and the drama. I moved 2 states away to get away from the embarrassment as well. I gave up everything and started afresh. I was going to focus on myself and wouldn't get into any relationship. I kept to my word and went through college casually dating without having any serious girlfriend. I was a bachelor dating girls and loving it. After college, I found a job and forgot all about my ex-girlfriend. I never let my guards down because I didn't want to be disappointed again. I thought my ex-girlfriend was a unicorn, but she turns out to be the opposite. I dated here and there, but nothing serious happened. I brought girls around my family on events because I didn't want to go alone. They wouldn't like the type of girls I was dating because they had tattoos, or they don't like the way they dress. The girls I was dating were city girls, and some were more on the wild side, but I preferred them than the pretentious girls like my ex-girlfriend that cheated on me. After I got a job, I met a new girl at work, and she was amazing. Absolutely changed my life. I saw no clear or recognizable red flags, so I let myself become vulnerable again. A few months and I started getting this nagging feeling that she was cheating. I was having panic attacks, etc., brought the issue up to her, and of course, as they all do, she denied it. A few more months goes by, no issues at all. She had already met all of my family, friends, everyone really seemed to like her, which is unusual because no one has ever liked anyone I had been with since my cheating ex. I saw this as a good thing. It still took me a while to trust her enough to allow her to move in with me. We started living together and everything seemed fine. Then came the intrusive thoughts. She had convinced me that I was crazy, and I considered checking myself into a mental hospital. I thought I was bringing past trauma into my current relationship. I kept trying to tell myself maybe it's just because of my past and I had nothing to worry about. Everyone else was telling me that I shouldn't be worried. In November 2021, we got a positive pregnancy test. I was the happiest I had ever been in my life, considering this is my first child. Then in December of 2021, just a few weeks after, I got the feelings again. I started looking into her social media and couldn't believe what I saw. Turns out she had been cheating on me for roughly 11 months. I immediately downloaded every chat log and got into every account that I could. I never found any actual evidence of sexual contact, just exchanging of nudes, which in my book is still cheating. She had been sharing explicit pictures and videos of me as well, agreeing to have 3 ways with me without my knowledge. Every day I would find more and more, and she would say, "That's all there is, I have no reason to lie to you." Even told me at one point that I didn't deserve to know. Now I'm questioning if this child is even mine. Again, I have no evidence of sexual contact between her and another individual, and I look deep. I wasn't sure if I'm crazy for questioning paternity or not. By then she was still in the first trimester, and I feel this is going to be agony if I wait till birth. I want to be happy with her and raise my child, but I couldn't bear the suspicion. I couldn't believe that this was happening to me again. I felt maybe all women are like that, or I was just unlucky. I obviously cannot take her word for it. She wouldn't tell me the truth if I was dying on my sick bed. I have a background in interrogation due to my interaction with law enforcement because of my job. I can tell when people are lying to me. She's hard to piece together though. It's really hard when it hits close to home, opposed to a stranger that I know nothing about. I still felt she's lying about a lot, and I just was lost and didn't know what to do at that point. I left my own home to stay with a friend so I can think straight, and she begged me to come back. I told her I need to get a prenatal paternity test, and she claimed that prenatal paternity test is harmful to the baby. I did some research online and sent it to her, telling her that she was wrong. After several days of her trying to convince me, she decided to take the test, and sure enough, the baby wasn't mine. After I found out that the baby wasn't mine, I told her to move out of my house. All she was worried about was that she didn't want to remove the baby because it was against her belief. I asked her if it is against her belief to have an affair, and she had nothing to say. I told her that I don't care if she keeps it or remove it, but what I care about was having her out of my house the following day. Well, I guess she decided to remove the baby because 3 months later I didn't see any signs of pregnancy. We work at the same place for 5 more months before I decided to find another job because she keeps trying to get back with me.
The original poster handled the situation well with his high school ex-girlfriend, considering his lack of experience. There comes a phase in a woman's life when she feels the need to market herself for the best possible mate. It's only natural. We see this in National Geographic documentaries where young female lioness leaves the pride when she's in heat in search of nomadic males, because the males in her pride are related to her. So women in their prime years are fine with exploring their adventurous side, which might include promiscuous activities, seeking attention and validation on social media, and connecting with random men. And let me make a point here that these activities do not always end in sex, but can lead to it. However, if she's in a relationship and it ends up in sex, that means that she feels like her partner is not the best mate for her. I don't care what you say, most women have this phase. The only exception is when they feel like they're with the best possible mate. Since the advent of social media, this behavior is more noticeable when they post a lot on their social media to advertise themselves to a wider audience of men. And some of these women stay in this phase forever because their expectations are too unrealistic and they are not getting the commitment from the types of men they feel like they deserve. There's a cognitive dissonance with most Western women that are average but feels like they are 10, so they deserve the top percentage of men. So they're stuck in this stage of perpetual attention seekers. So if you're with a woman that is very active on social media, especially when it has something to do with seeking attention, then chances are that she thinks that she could do better than you and she is shopping for something better. And you're just a placeholder till the next guy comes along. Now back to our original poster. I think the original poster is unlucky with women he picks, and he did the right thing by breaking up with his cheating ex-girlfriend and also getting the prenatal paternity test done rather than sticking around in a relationship with someone that he doesn't trust. And the message that I want to put out there today is you should trust your gut feeling, because your gut feeling is your third eye. Please do not forget to hit the thumbs up to like the video so I can make more content like this. Thank you and have a great day.